Welcome to the Hardgainer Academy. Here I will be doing a series of videos trying to take you from being a complete beginner in a gym to having an advanced knowledge in all things training and nutrition in a goal to build more muscle. We're going to start right from the very start with gym terminology and etiquette to use while you're in the gym. If you're confused about all the technical jargon that you hear in the gym, or you're just not too sure how to act in there, then this will be the video for you. And who knows, you may pick up a few words or terms that you just haven't heard before, or you may just be reminded of ones that you've forgotten. I'm going to start out with one of the most basic terms that you're going to hear a hell of a lot during your training journey, and that is reps. Reps are the amount of times that you perform a certain movement. So say for instance, if you're doing bicep curls, if you were to go from here to here, that's 1 rep. So if we're to do 5 reps, then we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next is a term that goes hand in hand with reps, and that is sets. A set is a group of reps performed in succession. So if I was to do the 5 reps of bicep curls again, and if I did them 5 in a row, and then I rested, and then I did that again, it means I would have done 2 sets of bicep curls. Rest time, pretty self-explanatory. It's the amount of time that you rest between each set. And this is important. I'll cover it in more detail later on in the videos, but please rest between your sets. Next is RIR. This is a little bit more complex. It stands for reps in reserve, and it is the amount of reps that you feel like you should have by the time you've finished a set. So let's say you're doing 5 reps on your bicep curls with a target of 2 RIR, or reps in reserve. That means that by the time you've achieved your 5th rep, you should feel like you could have only done 2 extra reps after that, which means that you'll have to choose an appropriate weight to get to that 5th rep and feel like you could have done 7. RPE and RIR go hand in hand. RIR is reps in reserve, RPE is rating of perceived exertion, and it's basically the opposite. So where we had 2 reps in reserve, that would equal an 8 RPE because it's on a scale of 1 to 10. So if we say we had an RPE of 8, it means that we could have done 2 extra. If we had an RPE of 7, it means that we could have done 3 extra, and so on, because we're working on that scale of 10. So we go from 10 and work our way down. If we only had 1 left in the tank, then it was a 9 RPE. A concentric movement refers to when the muscle is shortening or contracting. If we go back to our bicep curls, our muscle is now lengthened. If we want to perform a concentric movement, we're going to have to shorten or contract that muscle, which means we come up to there. That muscle is now shortened, it's contracted, we've performed a concentric action. So bicep curls, it'll be coming up like that. A bench press, it'll be pushing out because the chest is contracting. A lat pull down, it would be when we pull down because the muscle is shortening and contracting in our back, and so on. Then we move on to an eccentric action, which is the complete opposite of a concentric action. So if we go back to bicep curl, that was concentric, and now that is eccentric because we are lengthening the muscle under load. Well, we don't have load right now, but if we had a dumbbell, then it would be under load. DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, is a term used to describe that pain that you feel the day or 2 after doing a workout. You're going to be feeling a lot of this at the start. The word macros is a nutrition phrase, and it is the collective name given to protein, carbs, and fats. They are your macronutrients, or macros for short. Now, if somebody in a gym comes up to you and they ask you for a spot, it means that they want you to be there for them if they fail a particular exercise. So if you are asked to spot somebody on bench press and they're doing the bench press and they really struggle at one point, then it means you assist them to get the bar up. Always ask them first though how they want you to spot, because everybody wants a different way of spotting. Generally, the best shot is to get them to tell you when they need help, because somebody may be struggling, but they may still be able to just grind it out. So they'll generally know when they're done. So they can tell you, and then you can help them get back on the rack. Generally, you only need to take off like 5-10 kilos for them to be able to start moving that rack. A superset is a phrase used to describe doing 2 exercises back to back. So if you were to do a chest press and then a lat pull down, for instance, as a superset, you would do set 1 on chest press, and then you'd go immediately to the lat pull down, do set 1 on there. Then you'd rest, and you do set 2 on the chest press, set 2 on the lat pull down, rest, set 3, and that is your superset. A 1 repetition maximum, 1 rep max, or 1 RM is used to describe the maximum amount of weight that you can lift on any particular exercise. So let's say on bench press, you're able to get out 100 kilos for just 1 rep. That's all you can do. You can't do 2 or 3 reps, just 1 at 100 kilos. That would be your 1 rep max. This can also be used as a percentage of your 1 rep max. So if somebody asks you to perform 85% of your 1 rep max, it means that you would then do 85 kilos if your 1 rep max is 100 kilos. If someone at the gym comes up to you while you're on a certain machine doing your exercise and they ask to work in with you, it simply means that while you're resting between each set of that exercise, they would like to do their set. So you'd do your set, then you'd rest, then they would do their set while you're resting, and then you'd get back on and they would rest, and vice versa. That way you're both able to use the machine and nobody has to wait. It's just more efficient that way. An AMRAP stands for as many reps as possible. And this is just simply used to describe the most amount of reps that you can perform on any particular exercise. So if somebody asks you to do an AMRAP on bench press at 60 kilos, then it means you just keep doing reps until you can't do any more. If you're told to push to failure on a particular exercise, that means that you have to keep going until you simply can't do any more reps. Now, there are 2 different types of failure. There is technical failure and there's momentary muscular failure. Technical failure means that you would keep going until your technique breaks down and you can no longer perform the movement with good technique. Whereas momentary muscular failure means that you just simply keep going until you physically cannot move that weight anymore. If somebody tells you that they're bulking, it means that they are physically trying to gain more weight in an attempt to build more muscle. If somebody is cutting, it means that they're physically trying to eat less food or exercise more so they can drop body fat. Moving on to etiquette, and I'll keep it pretty simple because it's kind of common sense at this point. Number 1, use a towel on the equipment. Nobody wants your sweat on there after you leave. Number 2, don't try saving a lot of machines and bouncing between heats of them at one time. A superset between 2 is fine, but if you're using 3 or 4 exercises in one go, especially in a busy gym, probably not a best idea. Always put all of your weights back. And I emphasize the word all because I see it all the time where people leave 20 kilogram weight plates on either side of the leg press, thinking that the other person should be able to at least lift that. And yes, a lot of people will, but there's some people that are brand new to the gym and that's going to be too much weight for them and they're going to struggle to take that off of there. So please take all of your weights off the machine once you're done with it. Number 4, wear enclosed shoes. It's normally fine to take them off for squats and deadlifts, but just make sure you put them back on afterwards. And finally, I'm sure there's plenty more that I could have added to the list, but we're sticking with 5 for today, is to make sure you wipe up if you're using chalk. Nobody wants chalk all over the ground. Please just wipe it up, keep the area clean.